Hello guys, in the last class we have seen the winding factors, the EMF equation of the alternator or synchronous generator, and we have also dealt with the distribution factor and pitch factor, commonly called as winding factors. Why we need to go for distributed winding, not concentrated winding, and why we will be going for short pitch winding and not full pitch winding. Okay. So with those concepts dealt with in the previous classes, today we will move to few examples on the calculations of synchronous generators. Okay. So I will read out the first problem statement. Meanwhile, I will be writing the given values of the statement. Okay. So these given things I will write it in one corner. Let the space be for given things. Okay. So a 6-pole 3-phase star connected alternator. A 6-pole, okay, that is pole P equal to 6. A 6-pole 3-phase star connected alternator. Star connected alternator has armature with 90 slots, and 12 conductors per slot, 12 conductors per slot. It rotates at 1000 rpm. It rotates at 1000 rpm, and flux per pole produced is 0.5 amperes. Flux per pole produced is 0.5 amperes. Okay. So find the EMF generated. If breadth factor is 0.97, and Cording factor is 0.98. Okay. Now EMF generated is always, remember, the line voltage, EL. Okay. Whenever we talk of three-phase system, by default we will be talking about the line voltages, okay, and not phase voltages. Yeah. So these are the given things. I have a 6-pole 3-phase star connected alternator with armature slots 90. So the number of slots in the stator are 90, and in each slot there are 12 conductors. And the generator is rotating at 1000 rpm. Each pole is producing a flux of 0.5 amperes. I need to find out the generated EMF with breadth factor equals to 0.97 and Cording factor equals to 0.98. So breadth factor is nothing but my distribution factor, KD. Breadth factor is nothing but my distribution factor, KD, and Cording factor is nothing but my pitch factor, KB. So short pitch coils are also known as corded coils. Okay. Short pitch coils are also known as corded coils or corded winding, whereas breadth factor is nothing but my distribution factor. Okay. Now suppose in case the pitch factor value is not mentioned, okay, it should be considered as 1. Okay. So that is a thing what we have to do. And if there is sufficient input to calculate the pitch factor and distribution factor, we should calculate it. That is very much important. Okay. But here there is input to calculate and also the things are given directly. So I will consider it as it is. Okay. So with the given values I will take it. Now I need to find out what is EL. Solution. Generated EMF EL is equals to root 3 times EPH. Because it is star connected, therefore line voltage will be root 3 times the phase voltage. So root 3 times EPH. And what is EPH? EPH is nothing but my EMF equation of the generator. It is 2.22 F phi into Z Kp Kd volts. So this is the EMF equation of generator. Now look in what all things are given in the RHS of the equation and the things which are not given if we can calculate. F is the frequency at which the supply voltage is generated, is not mentioned in the given data, but I have sufficient input to calculate the frequency. Okay, I will do. Flux phi is mentioned, Z, it is not mentioned directly, but I can calculate the number of conductors per phase with the given data. Whereas Kp and Kd are directly mentioned, 0.97 and 0.98 respectively. Now first we will see what is frequency. So frequency F is equals to, so the expression for frequency of generated EMF in generator is P N upon 120. We have derived this. We saw after the construction and principle what is the frequency of induced EMF in the generator. It came out to be Pn by 120. So P is the number of poles R6 here. N is the speed at which the rotor is rotating is 1000 rpm here. Divided by 120, it will give us 50 Hertz supply. So the frequency at which the voltage is generated is 50 Hertz. Next, I need to find out number of conductors per phase. Please remember, Z is conductors per phase. This already been mentioned in the notations when we derived the output equation. So here I have number of slots. So total number of conductors, total number of armature conductors is equals to number of slots in armature multiplied by number of conductors per slot. Okay, so this is equals to, I can take it as Zt. Okay, I can take it as Zt. Total number of slots in armature are 90 and each slot contains 12 conductors in it. So number of slots multiplied by 12, I will get the total number of conductors in armature, which will come out to be 1080. So there are 1080 conductors in armature. These are the total conductors which are further divided into 3 phase and distributed. Okay. So therefore, conductors per phase, Z is equals to Zt by 3. So that will be 1080 by 3 is equals to 360. So I have 360 conductors per phase. I have 360 conductors per phase. Now substitute the value of F 50 Hz, value of Z 360 and other given quantities into the EMF equation. I get the EMF induced per phase. Therefore EPH is equals to, or simply E is equals to 2.22 into 50 into flux produced is 0.5 into Z is 360 into Kp is 0.98 and KD is 0.97. So with these given quantities and calculated quantities, I get EPH is equals to 18,993 volts. EPH is equals to 18,993 volts. Therefore, what is here? Generated EMF. Root 3 EPH, like mentioned earlier. Root 3 into 18,993. So this will come out to be 32,897 volts. Or I can write 32.897 kilovolts. Okay. If the voltage value is very large, keep it in kilovolts, no harm. So this is how I calculate the generated EMF. Once I know all the RHS terms of EMF equation, we will move to second example. I will read out this statement and meanwhile I will be writing the given things. The second example statement goes like this. A 6-pole 3-phase 50 Hz alternator. A 6-pole 3-phase 50 Hz alternator has 12 slots per pole. It has got 12 slots per pole and 4 conductors per slot. It has got 12 slots per pole and 4 conductors per slot. The winding is 5/6 full pitch. The winding is 5/6 of full pitch. A flux of 25 milliwebers is produced in each pole. A flux of 25 milliwebers is produced in each pole. Find the generated voltage. Find the generated voltage if generator is star connected. Find the generated voltage if generator is star connected. Also determine the kVA rating of the alternator or generator. Also determine the kVA rating of the alternator if the line current delivered by it is 25 amperes. Also determine the kVA rating of the alternator if the line current delivered by it is 25 amperes. So the given things are a 6-pole 3-phase 50 Hz. So the frequency is directly mentioned here. I need not to find now. 50 Hz alternator has 12 slots per pole. Slots per pole is equals to 12. And got 4 conductors per slot. Conductors per slot is equal to 4. The winding is 5/6 full pitch. 5/6 full pitch winding. We'll see what does it mean. That is a coil span. A flux of 25 milliwebers is produced in each pole. That is, flux per pole is 25 milliwebers, or I can write it as 0.025 webers. Find the generated voltage if the generator is star connected. Star connected generator, and find the kVA rating. Find kVA rating if line current is 25 amperes. If line current is 25 amperes. Okay. So these are the given data. we will solve the example. And please note here, the pitch factor and distribution factor are not mentioned directly in this example. It doesn't mean that I should take them as one. Okay, I have to calculate the distribution factor and pitch factor. See, sometimes the pitch factor can be 1. Okay, I can use full pitched winding. Okay, even practically in some cases I will be using full pitched winding, but never ever I will be using concentrated winding. So always distribution factor will come into picture, whether it is mentioned or not mentioned in the example given. Distribution factor will come into picture if I know the total number of slots and number of poles and number of phases. I can calculate distribution factor, that is KD. Okay, so please remember one thing, if nothing is mentioned about the pitch factor. Now suppose here it is mentioned the coil or the winding is 5/6 full pitch, it means that it is a short pitch coil. 5/6 is what? Less than 1. Okay, so 5/6 will be less than 1. So 5/6 full pitch means what? This much amount of full pitch, that is the coil span. So coil span is less than full pitch, it is a short pitch coil. Now suppose this was not mentioned, then I could have taken the pitch factor equal to 1, assuming my coil is full pitched. But because it is mentioned, now I have to find out what is the pitch factor. Okay, and nothing is mentioned about the distribution factor. It is not mentioned anywhere that we are using a distributed winding, but it is implicitly understood that every generator or alternator is always connected in its armature with a distributed winding only. So never ever take distributed winding is equals to 1. You have to find it, you have to calculate it. How to find it? We will look into the things. First we will see what are the given things in the EMF equation. So EMF equation is EPH is equals to 2.22 F phi Z Kp Kd volts. Okay, I know F, it is given, I know phi, it is given, Z I need to find out by the given data. Okay, so slots per pole is equals to 12. So what are total number of slots? Therefore total armature slots is equals to slots per pole into number of poles. Simple. So it is 12 into P. Okay, that is 12 into 6. I get 72 slots. So number of armature slots are 72. Therefore, total conductors is equals to slots, number of slots multiplied by conductor per slot. So number of slots are 72 multiplied by number of conductors per slot, that is 4. So this is equals to 288. Okay, so that is equals to 288. Now what are conductors per phase? Z is equals to 288 divided by 3 per phase I need. So this will be 96, I think. Yeah, this will be 96. Okay, so these are 96. So Z I got the value of Z. Now I need to find out what is Kp and Kd. Now what are the equations for Kp and Kd? Okay. Kd is equals to sine n alpha by 2 divided by n sin alpha by 2. Okay, sin alpha by sin n alpha by 2 divided by n sin alpha by 2. Now what is n? These are slots per pole per phase. Okay, I know total number of slots, I know number of poles, I know number of phases. I can get the value of n. So n is equals to total number of slots are 72, number of poles are 6, okay, and number of phases are 3. So this will come out to be 72 by 18, it will be 4. So slots per pole per phase are 4. So it is evident that the winding is distributed. Now suppose you have a confusion that whether the winding is a distributed winding or a concentrated winding. Okay. Now if it is a concentrated winding, then my pitch factor will be 1. I cannot assume it directly. So one very small cross check what we can do is simply calculate number of slots per pole per phase. If number of slots per pole per phase comes out to be 1, then my KD will be 1. Okay. Now put n equal to 1, sin alpha by 2 divided by 1 into sin alpha by 2. So sin alpha by 2 by sin alpha by 2 is 1. It comes automatically. So if number of slots per pole per phase n comes out to be 1, then only the distribution factor is 1. If number of slots per pole per phase comes out to be more than 1, then compulsorily I need to find out KD. Okay, that is distribution factor. Now what is slot angle alpha? Slot angle alpha. How to find it? Okay, so first we will briefly look into what is slot angle. Yesterday I told in the previous class, but still once again I will do. And please remember, this slot angle is always electrical. Okay, this slot angle is always electrical. So now I have a 4-pole machine. Don't worry about the shapes, just think about the concept. So n, yes, n, yes. Okay, and I have the stator. And I have slots punched in. I will take under only one pole. Okay, under all other poles it will be same. Okay, so under this north pole I will take some number of slots. How many slots I have per pole? Number of slots per pole are 12. I will try to draw 12. So there are 12 slots per pole. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 slots per pole. Now what is slot angle? I told yesterday, the angle subtended at the center. Okay. This is one slot angle. This is alpha. This is alpha. This is alpha. So this is one slot angle. So the slot angle can be mechanical, the slot angle can be electrical. Okay? See, the slot angle can be mechanical or electrical, but I am not interested in mechanical angle of slot, I am interested in electrical angle of slot. Now what does the electrical angle of slot means? It is the phase difference angle between the EMF induced in this conductor and this conductor. If I take the vector positions of conductor 1 and conductor 2 and I place the vectors in space with phase difference, the angle difference between the EMF of vector conductor 1 and conductor 2 is my slot angle. So my second conductor will be lagging behind the first conductor EMF by one slot angle. Third conductor will be lagging behind the second conductor EMF by one slot and first conductor EMF by two slot angles. Like that. So what is the total slot angle under one pole? The total slot angle under one pole mechanically is 360 divided by number of poles. Okay? And divided by number of slots. Or you can simply 360 divided by number of slots. That will be the mechanical slot angle of the armature. But I am not interested in mechanical slot angle. I am interested in electrical slot angle. Okay? So, under one complete pole, electrical angle is 180 degrees. We know that one pole produces one half cycle. One pole produces one half cycle. So, what is the angle of one half cycle? This is omega t. Now, with 4 pole, in one revolution, I get 2 cycles. Okay? I get 2 cycles. So, first cycle is produced by this north pole, second cycle by this south pole, third cycle, half cycle by this north pole, fourth half cycle by this south pole. There is no guarantee that north pole will produce positive EMF. Okay, it is simply assumed. This can be south pole, north pole, south pole, north pole. But what I am interested in this point that one pole induce 180 degrees. Second pole induce next 180 degrees. So, all the number of slots, those are falling in one pole, constitute a slot angle of 180 degrees. All the number of slots falling under one pole constitute the total electrical angle of 180 degrees. If I divide this 180 degrees by the number of slots under one pole, I get slot angle. So therefore, slot angle is nothing but 180 degrees divided by slots per pole. 180 degrees divided by slots per pole. Okay? Why 180 degrees? Because each pole induce 180 degrees EMF. Each pole induce one half cycle and that is spanning 180 degrees. So all these number of slots are contributing 180 degree induction or 180 degree generation of EMF. How much each slot is contributing? Divided by number of slots per pole. Okay? So therefore, slot angle is always equal to 180 degrees divided by slots per pole. So 180 degrees, alpha is equal to 180 degrees divided by what is slots per pole? Slot per pole value is directly given as 12. If it is not given, I can calculate total slots divided by number of poles. That I will get it. So here this 12 given, this comes out to be 15 degrees. So here alpha is 15 degrees. So what does this mean? This means that the EMF induced in second conductor, now suppose if rotation is anti-clockwise, okay, or say for example clockwise. If rotation is clockwise, so the EMF induced in second conductor will be lagging behind the EMF of first conductor by 15 degrees. EMF induced in third conductor will be lagging behind the EMF of second conductor by 15 degrees and first conductor by 30 degrees. So the EMF induced in last conductor 12 will be lagging behind 180 degrees with respect to the first conductor, because 180 degrees is completed. Okay, so this is what the significance of slot angle is. Now I will use the upper part. I know n, I know alpha, I can calculate kd. So kd is equals to sine of 4 into 15 by 2 divided by 4 into sine 15 by 2. You should remember this formula. Okay, you have to remember that formula. So when you solve this, you will get equals to 0.9576, which will be less than 1, obviously. You will get it as 0.9576. Okay. Now this is about kd. Next, I will need to know what is kp. So it is given coil is or winding is 5/6 full pitch. It means that what is full pitch? Full pitch is 180 degrees. Okay, full pitch means what? One complete pole pitch. If the coil span of the coil is 180 degrees or equal to one pole pitch, that is called full pitch coil or full pitch winding. Now it is 5/6 full pitch. 5/6 is less than 1. So the coil span is not equal to full pitch, it is less than 1 of full pitch. It means that it is a short pitch coil. But by how much amount and how much degrees? I can find out. So what is coil span? Coil span is equals to given, it is 5/6 full pitch. Now, what is short pitch angle? Short pitch angle beta is equals to simple 180 degrees minus coil span. Coil span and short pitch angle can be expressed in various ways. I can express short pitchness of the coil with respect to number of slots also. That we will see in the next example. So 180 degree minus coil span. So what is coil span? Or before this, coil span equal to 5/6 of full pitch. So 5/6 of full pitch, this is equals to 5/6. What is full pitch? 180 degrees. Okay. 5/6 of full pitch is 5/6 of 180 degrees. Full pitch is 180. So 5/6 of 180 degrees. So this will come out to be 30 degrees. Sorry, not 30 degrees. This will come out to be 150 degrees. So what is the coil span now? It is 150 degrees. Now the distance between this conductor and one more conductor placed somewhere here is not 180 degrees. It is placed before this only, but here, somewhere here. Okay. So it is 150 degrees. One slot angle is 15 degrees. So it is short by 2 slots. 15. And now we will see. The short pitch angle is 180 minus coil span. So this is beta is equals to 180 minus 150. So this is 30. Okay. So instead of keeping this coil here in this slot, I will be placing by some angle short, that is called beta. So that is short pitch angle. Okay. So if the other side of this coil was placed in the first slot under south pole, I would have got beta is equals to 0, because the coil would have been full pitched coil. But now I am not placing the coil side of the coil with full pitch span. I am placing at an angle of 150 degrees coil span. It means that there is a short of 30 degrees for 180 degrees. Hence, it is shorted by 2 slots, because one slot is of 15 degrees. If the short pitch angle is 30 degrees, it means I am shorting it by 2 slots. Okay, so this is how done. Therefore, KP is equals to cos of beta by 2. So that is cos of 30 by 2. So this will be KP 0.966. KP is 0.966. Now I know KP, I know KD, I know Z, I know F, I know phi. Substitute in EPH or EMF equation. Therefore, EPH is equals to 2.22 into 50 into F5 0.025 25 milliwebers. It is 0.025 into number of conductors are 96 into KP is 0.9576, KD is 0.966. Okay, so this will be equals to EPH will come out to be 246.43 volts. volts. Okay. Then what is EL? It is root 3 EPH. This will be equals to 426.83. Then I need to also find out the KVA rating of the alternator. Okay. So KVA rating is equals to, I can write 3 into EPH into IL because it is star connected, IL into 10 to the power minus 3, also root 3 EL IL into 10 to the power minus 3. Both will give us the same values. So root 3 into 426.83 into 25 into 10 to the power minus 3. It is in kVA, kilovolt amperes. Already it is in kilovolts, so I am multiplying it by 10 to the power minus 3. If it was asked volt amperes, I would have simply taken root 3 ELIL or 3 EPH IPH. So this is equals to 18.482 kVA. 18.482 kVA. So this is how to calculate the generated EMF when the KP and KD are not given but can be calculated. Okay. We will take another example. Take the statement, example number 3. A 3-phase 50 Hz 10 pole alternator. A 3-phase 50 Hz 10 pole alternator has 120 armature slots. The flux per pole produced is 0.15 webers. The flux per pole produced is 0.15 webers. If the armature winding is star connected, with a generated voltage of 33 kV, if the armature winding is star connected with the generated voltage of 33 kV, that is 33,000 volts, find the number of armature conductors. Find the number of armature conductors if the armature winding is short pitched by 3 slots. If the armature winding is short pitched by 3 slots. Okay. So we'll see the given things first. Now the information about the short pitch winding is given in a different form. Okay. So in the last example, we will see. First we'll write down the given things, then we'll discuss about the given values. So a 3-phase 50 Hz 10 pole alternator, 3-phase 50 Hz 10 pole alternator has 120 slots. So armature slots are equals to 120. Armature slots are equals to 120. The flux per pole phi is 0.15 amperes. The winding is star connected. The winding is star connection, and the induced voltage or generated voltage EL is 33 kV. So I told by default the voltage will be line voltage. Okay, 33 kV. So I should find the number of conductors. I should find the total number of armature conductors. If the winding is short pitched by 3 slots, by 3 slots. Okay. Now I know voltage, I should find conductors. Okay. So EPH, first write the EMF equation. Once you write the EMF equation, you will get to know what are the known things and what are the unknown things that can be calculated and what is the final quantity that has to be found out. Okay. So EPH is equals to 2.22 F phi m into Z Kp Kd volts. I know F, I know phi m, I know EPH. Kp and Kd can be calculated. Okay. So first I should test whether the given winding is a distributed winding or a concentrated winding. So for that I should first find what are the slots per pole per phase. So slots per pole per phase, that is N, is equals to, if this comes out to be 1, then winding is concentrated and take Kd equal to 1. So is equals to slots per pole per phase. I have 120 slots divided by number of poles are 10 divided by number of phases are 3. So this is equals to 4. Okay. So it is greater than 1. Winding is distributed. Okay. If number of slots per pole per phase are greater than 1, then winding is distributed winding. Now I have to find out what is Kd. Okay. So to find Kd, I need alpha. Slot angle. Okay. Alpha is equals to 180 degrees divided by slots per pole. Simple. 180 degrees divided by slots per pole. So 180 degrees divided by slots per pole. There are 120 slots and there are 10 poles. Okay, so this will be is equals to 15 degrees. Or if you get confused, you can calculate slots per pole separately. Okay. slots per pole is equals to 120 by 10. 120 slots, 10 poles. So this will be 12. So therefore alpha is equals to 180 degrees divided by 12 is 15 degrees. Therefore KD is equals to sine n alpha by 2 divided by n sine alpha by 2. It is same as that of previous example. I will write directly the value, you can do the substitution. It will be 0.9576. 0.9576. Next is Kp. Okay. Kp is cos of beta by 2. Now what is beta? Short pitch angle. So it is directly mentioned that winding is short pitch by 3 slots. Each slot is of 15 degrees. 3 slots will contribute 15 plus 15 plus 15 degrees. So beta is directly given. Okay. Here winding is short pitched by 3 slots. Therefore, short pitch angle is equals to 3 into slot angle. That is, beta is equals to 3 into 15, which is equals to 45 degrees. Directly I get beta. In the previous case, coil span was given. Once coil span is given, then deduct that coil span from 180 degrees. That will be beta. If directly the short pitchness is given in terms of slots or in terms of angle, directly you take beta. Okay, these are two ways to find the short pitch angle. Therefore, Kp is equals to cos of 45 by 2. This came out to be 0.924. So this is 0.924. Now I know F, I know phi m, I know Kp, I know Kd. Therefore, Z is equals to EPH divided by 2.22 F phi m Kp Kd. So this is EPH is what? I have to find out EPH. Okay. So EPH is EL by root 3 because it is star connected. So this comes out to be EPH is 33 by root 3, 33K by root 3. This will be 19.05 kilovolts. So if I have to substitute here 19.05 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 2.22 into 50 into 0.15 into Kp is 0.924, Kd is 0.9576. So conductors per phase obtained are 1293. So I got 1293 conductors per phase. Now what are the total armature conductors? Total armature conductors, you can take ZT is equals to number of phases multiplied by conductors per phase. That is 3 into 1293. So this will come out to be 3880. 3879, not 3880, 3879. If you consider all decimals, you will get 3880. Okay. So this is how I have to find out the quantities those are related with the synchronous generators. Okay. So this is all about the synchronous generator unit in your syllabus. So here we will end the today's session and also the synchronous generators. In the next class, I will be starting with 3-phase induction motors. Okay. So thank you for joining the class.